you.
Yo Flirs, welcome to a awesome show. It's good to have you all here. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. We do have in Michael Khan, PJ Cruikshank, Ryan S, and Jeff Conkel. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Awesome.
Good. Oh, good. Yeah,
Awesome.
Loves this. So
Awesome.
everything's good.
Amen. I don't know if you checked Jeff's late shirt that his wife got him. Wow, it's brilliant. I'm jealous actually, man. Anyway,
Well, if you just give me your address, I'll send you one.
I'll buy one. How's that?
Can you come on camera and show it?
Check this shirt out. This is
Sure.
like this is
Hold
like it's really an awesome shirt. Look at that. He's the way.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Nice.
Here, I'll get it up a little bit higher.
Wow.
Yeah, that is cool. Where'd you get that?
Is it off a proper site?
Yeah, if you look up, see on the bottom there, what it says
we
Caruso.
Caruso.
Post
I'll look it up
link in.
there.
Post link in Element, yeah.
I actually buy it from a store here. They sit like a Bible bookstore. So
Oh, that's
Oh, cool.
awesome. Yeah, because
Yeah, I'll
that's
check.
really
I'll
nice.
check the one nearby my house. Maybe they've got something.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Thank you very much.
yeah,
I love the colors as well, and I mean the message it's pushing out is really, really good.
Yeah, the colors and the background is pretty awesome.
Okay, so anyway, guys, the votes tonight is Globe. We got 22 votes already, guys. Got 9% saying yes, I'm stupid. Yes, you have to be stupid to vote yes, I'm stupid because you think it's a globe. Well done.
Yeah.
74% say nope because it's fantasy. You guys are very clever. 17% I'm just here because I'd say they're in between. At least they know they shouldn't say yes, I'm stupid. And then there's no who am I. I thought we at least gonna have one who am I, but we didn't get that. So anyway,
So am I.
I'm in the clever group. Yeah.
guys, the polls are just for fun engagement. Don't take it seriously though. Okay, so I'm just gonna say hi to everyone in the chat quickly. And by the way, before we see, you got this join. If you want to come and talk on Element, anybody, you are always welcome. Doesn't matter what you believe, even if you believe the earth is a chicken, you are allowed to come here, okay? Okay, so Ryan is... it's a walrus. Well, you can believe that... yeah.
Can you see on Ryan's app, there's like a line out there crossing, a little triangle. Can you see it?
Ryan.
It's on my screen. I'm going to screenshot it.
What?
Well,
Right weird.
Triangle. What did I do?
What did you do, Ryan?
yeah, I can't see that. Oh, the only thing I see on his avatar is activate Windows, go to settings. to
Check in
activate-
Element. Check in Element.
All right, cool.
You're talking about my little picture?
Yeah, it's going, there's like a line goes straight across and there's a little
Oh,
triangle.
that's my green screen.
Huh.
Green screen.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what?
Okay, let me
Yeah,
do-
I've seen
Damn, that picture is kind of crappy, isn't it?
Let
I
me-
need to move back.
let me do this. Let me
Yeah,
show
I've
you.
seen that before actually. When I've like, what's that? And I see something at the corner.
I've just
and
been
I've
checking my
realised-
monitor thinking there were a crack in it. Like.
There, does that look better?
No, I still see it.
No. You're gonna see now. There. Should be gone now.
Yeah, I think it's gone. Yeah, lines on comment.
It's moved.
Moved.
I can't hear you now, Ryan. You're muted.
You muted, right?
Oh, I was gonna say my light above me. It's one of those new LEDs, and then the light comes down and it makes everything look weird when the camera's on. It's weird.
Yeah.
No, I did cut it
That's
out.
why it looks like
shouldn't-
that.
It shouldn't show anything. See? That's
Yeah, it's good.
it's yeah, okay.
I can see a ghost outline. Another.
Okay. Anyway, enough of that very
I was just
unprofessional
wondering what it
stuff.
was like. I literally thought there were a crack in my screen.
You know, I've noticed that before. I have noticed it before, and I'm like,
You know what
Yeah.
was funny about that? That's more realistic than the Globe Fantasy.
do you know what I mean? Yeah, well, it confused Michael, didn't it?
Good
Michael
point.
had a crack in his screen, so it did look realistic.
it was refraction.
Oh. Well, we're going to get to quite a few little tidbits tonight from the Globies. It's insane. So I'm just going to say hi to everyone in chat. Ryan S., I see you were there. You were first. Groovy, PJ Cruikshank,
No.
Yeah, you guys had a long back and forth. Jeff Conkle, thank you for coming in. Andrew Worth, thank you for coming. That yellow spider guy, hi, good to see you. Yes, it's definitely live, mate. Good to see you, Michael Kahn. Who else have we got in there? My eyesight's definitely getting worse, guys. Globers are trash people. It's good to see you, Adam. Thank you for coming, man. You rock. Moxie, good to see you too. Thank you for coming in. Richard G, it's always good to see you too, man. Taylor Vision, Spuddy, always great to have you in. And then we got Into the Break, haha. And Two Wolves, thank you for coming. I'm glad you guys liked the poll. It is just a joke. Jeff Gassett, what's up, mate? Carl Oppel, good to have you in. And Tony Whitcomb, what's up? Okay, so yeah, that's the poll. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the poll. So, what do you guys think it is? Is the globe just fantasy?
Ooh, that's kind of hard. It's a hard one. Well, I used to think it's real. I definitely don't now. So yes, I'm going for fantasy.
On a serious note, we've actually been speaking about this before the show started. Hey, Spuddy, good to see you. It's amazing how the globers don't understand. We were all globe believers before.
Exactly.
It's not like we just woke up flat earthers. We literally were globe believers for most of our lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't take this lightly and just say, oh yeah, one day I just want to wake up and say, let me be insulted and trolled for believing against the consensus.
Yeah.
We don't just do it for the hell of it. It's because we realize, listen, yeah, something's not right. And when you actually look into it, you realize, okay, yeah, it's definitely not a globe.
Yeah. And it's not like you were looking for it. You know what I mean? You never went looking for flat earth or believing it or whatever. You come, most people I know come by it somehow, usually by conspiracy theories or whatever, even though we know it's not conspiracy.
Exactly.
So it's not like you're looking for it. You know what I mean? It's not like you're looking for something to make a cult out of. We came by the truth. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? It's the truth.
Well, to see the flaws in the model, you've got to first have a good understanding of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most of the time we have to educate the people on their side of their own religious belief model, which is really sad, actually. Hey, Disclord, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. And then we got Sovereign Soul and Alan Nordstrand. I'm glad you guys have come. Thank you very much. Please do share the show if you guys haven't already, and hit the likes, as it does send the show out for a wider audience. I've just recently got all the subs back that I've lost thanks to the hacking, by the way. So I'm glad to have the amount back at least. It took a while, but it's there. So yeah. So yeah, it's good to have everybody here. I was thinking, I haven't watched this one yet. Taboo Conspiracy put it up from Kryptonite Physics. The Measure of a Constant Velocity.
Okay.
Have any of you guys watched this yet?
Yeah,
I think I might have seen it.
No,
I watched it.
I don't think I have.
that's a nice blue square.
I
Is it,
posted
not, is it an old one that he's just put out again?
it's a new one. I
a new
posted
one.
it in Element.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
it. This one.
Was it good, Michael?
Yeah, we're good.
Well, why I'm asking that, of course, it's always good. Kryptonite Physics was that's good for this.
I think the conspiracy is pretty much on point, man.
Yeah.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite Physics. But I think before we do that, Ryan, you said you wanted to
Play it
shout
on-
out a channel first, a Joking
You
or
should play
something.
You should play it on.
Yeah,
Night.
last night.
On Kryptonite's channel self.
Yeah, so he gets
Okay.
you.
Yes, I think I'll do that. Measure of constant velocity. I think I'll do that. Oh, I haven't noticed. Oh, this is my other backup channel. That's why I'm not subscribed. But anyway, there we go. But before we start there, Ryan's got a shout out for a channel. Joking or something.
Yeah, last night I was over at Brian Stabley's live stream, and some guy in there told me, hey, check out my buddy's channel. He's doing a live stream right now. So I went over there, and I logged in, through the SteamYard and got on live and talked, and I posted it for you to put up there. And we just kind of talked about, just different things, nothing major, and, me just goofing around and being myself. But I thought it was interesting, and I guess I was his first guest, so.
Would you able to
But I
post?
mentioned you guys and told them to check us out, so.
Would you be able to post again? I don't
Yeah,
think I can
post
find
the
it.
link. You are a mod, you're right. You are a
I
mod.
posted it in the
Oh,
live
there we
stream.
go. Oh, live stream. Okay, there we go. Should be here.
Did you find it? Okay. But he seems like a really nice guy. His name's Joe. I guess King isn't his last name, but that's his daughter there next to him. it's kind of a slow thing because he's new and everything. So bear with me. It's slow
But
but I thought it was cool that he let me on. the
But
channel
let's
and mention
support
you guys.
new channels, that's for sure. So I'm shouting out Joe
Absolutely.
King. There's his link. If you guys want to subscribe to him, Flatter channel definitely. And you said they were having a nice thing, showing even some of my stuff and chatting, and
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Sub.
So I'm just gonna put
He
you.
was a very nice guy. I figured out.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I was just saying, he's a very nice guy. He seems like, he's on the path. I'm not sure where he's at because we didn't get into like his side of it, but he was asking me a lot of questions. But he seems like a really nice guy and an open-minded person, and somewhat skeptical, of course. But
Yeah.
he was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
And I see he's
Okay.
with his daughter as well, so that's quite cool.
All subbed in that. Cool.
And his stepson is off camera. His son-in-law is off camera too.
Wow, look at the TV up there. Look at the weird. Look at the weird. What's the word? Fisheye.
No,
Room
that's
there
the
sitting-
curve of the Earth, guys. You don't understand. Come on.
That's the complexity of that, man.
Hey, Mayu Taylor, thank
Yeah,
you
the
for coming in.
TV shadow is curved.
Debatable D, hello. Okay, Mayo Taylor has a question, guys. Please explain why everybody involved in government, scientists, researchers, astronauts, NASA should be lie about the globe. What are the intentions and why are they doing it? What are the benefits? Well, how can
That's stupid. Everybody,
big
Christian.
They're not all liars. It's compartmental.
To hide God for one, to hide God's creation, and also money.
let's put it this way. What does the Bible say about the earth, first of all? It's Satan's world, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'll get on back to that now. Just got a £20 super chat from Tony Whitcomb. Thank you very, very much, mate. He says the pole is more real than the gravity that has been debunked. Once that has been established, there is no globe, no defense of it at all. Exactly. Thank you very, very much, Tony, for your super chat. I really appreciate all the support, mate. You guys really...
Said.
Yeah, and I just have to really give a huge shout out to everybody that does support this channel, even just by clicking the likes. It really, really helps. Thank you very much.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate that.
That Mayo Taylor, the fact that they said, what are the benefits? Does he not get that $60 million a day?
Mm-hmm.
How is that not a benefit to the Satanists,
Exactly.
Yeah, and they always ask everybody in NASA, everybody. It's not everybody. It's only the ones leading the ship,
compartmentalized.
and the rest they are being fooled as well. They don't even know what they're doing, but they
mean,
think it's real.
I mean,
Right.
look at the last Chandrayaan, that Indian thing. They were looking at data and CGI stuff on screens. Then they were just told, yeah, we landed on the moon, you know what I mean, on the South Pole. They believed it. They're not lying. They literally believed they accomplished something because that's what they're told.
What that American president said, you tell a lie enough, people believe it.
Mhm.
And they've had like hundreds of years for this lie to be propagated. And
Exactly.
anybody who did have any inkling that maybe Flat Earth were taught or whatever, they're long since dead, you know what I mean? So most are indoctrinated. There's only...
Yeah, but I have to bring this up though because this does bring it to a very, which I think is a important subject that people don't really want to talk about. This whole stems down to, even the Bible says it, that the earth is God's world. The earth is Satan's world. Okay, he's the god of this world, and it's about being a total 180 of God's creation. So God created the earth as flat. He has to do a total 180 reverse of that, so he had to make it a sphere, a globe.
Exactly.
He has to let them push now alien agendas and things, because how else are they going to welcome the demons? You understand? So it's literally falling into place now that we are in the end times, and people are so indoctrinated and zombified, as I like to call it, that they're not going to realize they are part of the end time Satanist army. You know what I mean? So it's really sad because you're choosing sides. You're choosing to be with God or against God. And unfortunately, the people are falling for it. And this whole thing stems into building that deception so they would fall for it. If you believe
Yeah.
it's a globe, you believe it's an aliens, you believe now you believe all this nonsense, what happens when they show these so-called UFOs and aliens coming, which they say is now declassified, and one day Jesus comes and people are now gone? What's going to happen? There's going to be chaos. So they need to have a story to fall behind. You'll understand. So let's fight these
Alien
aliens.
abductions.
Yeah, let's fight these people that took all our loved ones. Not understanding that, hello, it said this in the Bible all this time. Have you seen the amount of Christian persecution happening has intensified so greatly everywhere at the moment? People, children are getting murdered for holding Bibles, for just not,
Well,
not denouncing
we
Jesus.
were-
Little children.
We were talking about coming alien invasion before government we even started opening up and telling people that they were seeing
Yep.
these things and that. We were talking about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that.
People have been saying it for years. I mean, but the people just get made to be crackpots, like they're mental, they're just conspiracy theorists. You know what I mean? That's just dismissive. I don't understand it, so it's dismissive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it all comes down to underlining of you get indoctrinated, and the people are not lying themselves in, like the space agents, like we say. They believe what they're doing is true. Obviously, you get the people that are lying, like the astronauts.
Astronauts, yeah.
They have to be lying, and the people higher up. But the other people, let's say, building the systems, or supplying a solar panel or whatever, they believe they're literally sending it to space.
And they would ask, why are the astronauts lying? Why are they lying? Well, they are Freemasons. They have to lie.
Yeah.
They have to keep a secret.
But people building something for a rocket, they are building it for a rocket because the rocket goes up. You know what I mean? So no, they're not lying. They do build things for rockets and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah, they build a lot of shit for sure.
it's what's being portrayed, what the agenda is, what we're being told, what the rhetoric is what they're lying about. You know what I mean?
They want you to think that rocket goes up and out in space, but it clearly just goes sideways up and falls down somewhere, and then they skip the feet and goes to the fucking CGI.
Let's put it this
Not to the
way.
computer.
Let's put it this way. How much planes, even submarines, have just disappeared in the oceans that they can't find? So tell me, do you think anybody's going to find this so-called space junk they're just dropping off in the middle of the ocean somewhere?
Exactly. Look how fast.
Well, that's what the Bermuda Triangle hoax was all about, wasn't it? To keep our people out of that area.
Yep.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Because you just dump it in the middle of the ocean. What are the chances that anybody's going to go and have the resources to look for any of these things that's dumped there?
They even found one of
Who says it's a host? No, I do believe in portals. I don't know if it's a host with that thing, that triangle.
Yeah, it's an hoax.
It could be real.
There
is these weird energetic portal places on Earth where shit happens and weird things weird things happens and you can't explain it.
I think that's just to pull you further away from the truth, mate. Like, it's just another distraction, another rabbit hole to run down.
They found.
Well, there's a lot of proof that there's weird energetic spots on Earth where things and stuff does things it normally doesn't, and also like the compass just keeps spinning around. That would even happen if you're inside some pyramids.
Some kind of
compass
magnetic
just keeps
field.
spinning around.
Well, we've got
there's an energetic field.
got places here where cars roll uphill because of the magnetics.
Yeah, we got that. We got one of those places on a Danish island called Bornholm. I've tried it. Sitting in the bus, big bus with lots of people. He closed the motor and everything, let it loose, and it's just started slowly, going backwards.
Yeah, in
uphill.
South Africa, we can stop a car, and on that hill, it starts going uphill. You don't even have to have the car on.
We got that too in Denmark and on one island. It's very interesting.
I'm sure I've seen that debunked though,
Optical
You
illusion.
can't debunk that, man.
Dude,
I've tried it. We
Dude,
did
I've
it
done
many
it.
times.
Yeah, we've done
No,
it.
but
Yeah.
I've seen a survey one in America and it looks like it's uphill, but really it's down.
No, this is uphill, mate. This is definitely uphill.
This was uphill as well. This was a bus going uphill. A bus.
Let's put it this way.
Stick a level on it,
I can
see
take
what
a
it does.
ball and I can roll it down the hill. Okay? But the car will roll uphill. This is all got to do with the magnetic field. You can even hold a compass, then it goes haywire.
I'm sure there's people faking it around the world just
Oh yeah,
to
you
do
get
it,
fake
you know.
ones.
But,
You do get fake ones, but there's definitely real places like that because of the magnetic field.
and I think the faking is also to, of course, someone just wants to make some money. But you know, if it's government fakes, you know, it's to lead you off to believe it's not real.
Oh, come now. Nobody fakes anything. It's all real.
What would they gain? What would they gain?
Not the thing, huh?
But there is interesting, energetic things happening around the Earth. That's all I kind of meant with that.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I wouldn't say I believe the Bermuda Triangle is fake, but I also can't say it's real because I never really. I wouldn't know. I'm just still curious to the place because there could be something going on there. We don't know. There could be some ancient technology under the water there, or some portal technology they, destroyed at that spot. We don't know what could have happened there.
Well, there is
But
some
of course,
interesting
they could
things.
dump a lot of shit there.
But there is some interesting things. I mean, even look at, let's say, the pyramids, for instance. It's cut with such precision that we wouldn't even be able to get it correct today with our technology. And, some of those incisions in there, you can't even fit a blade in there to be able to cut it out.
True.
Which is really weird stuff. You know what I mean?
Paper in between.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's so perfectly put together. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
there's two ways to look at this. You can say, oh, the aliens did it, or the Nephilim.
Yeah, I think
would
it's
probably
some
go
giant
more towards
that,
Nephilim.
Exactly.
I would support Nephilim. Yeah, some kind of giant. There's got to be something.
There's some temples in India cut out of a mountain, like cut out of it. You know what I mean? You try and get it up. I think it's called Alara Cave Temple or something like that in India. But there's like tons and tons of mountain being gouged out to build these massive temples that like are over a mile long or something. But there's no evidence at all. Rubble. Weird as hell.
I think I think a possibility is vibration technology. That in the old days they had vibration frequency technology. Like we have seen examples that what's the name of that guy who you see, an old white guy lifting stones in the air, having stones hovering. It's a certain kind of stone he uses, but he can hover. He can make these stones hover, and I think you can even with the right technology, you could even make the stones, form the stones. You could you could make the stones get softer, so you could fit them together. And then when you turn it up, it's just stuck in there.
Built his house by doing.
Because I mean, let's look like what the Bible said, and even the Book of Enoch, where they talk about the Nephilim came down and taught the people. Some of them taught art of war. Some of them taught how to build weapons. Some of them taught them technologies. How do you know the Nephilims just didn't come and that was part of the technologies they were teaching them of the time?
Well, the Nephilim were actually hybrids.
Hybrids of the angels and demons.
Right.
Exactly.
So the angels came down, showed the
teach them,
technology. Yep.
Exactly. So yeah, because the Nephilims were the children of the demons and the human woman.
Yeah. Andrew was said, where's this weird road in South Africa? What's he on about?
I'll just have to look for it. What's the name? I think it's in Pretoria.
Oh yeah.
Years ago.
The one about the uphill thing. Yeah.
Gotta see where it is. I'll have to look up where it is for you, and I'll get it for you, mate. Is the magnetic field under southern South Africa just weird? Because there's an actual road. But that's just going to take us off what you're talking about now. I'll get it for you another time, Andrew. Anyway, you can look it up yourself on Google if you really want to.
I've just posted a link for them temples, but I don't know if you're about to play it. Like, you have to have a look.
Well, yeah, we can maybe. Do you guys want to talk about this, or do you want to look at the constant velocity from kryptonite?
What's that? What's the second thing?
The latest kryptonite physics video, because it's going about showing why the globe is just nonsense as usual. But I mean, I do enjoy the conversation we're having at the moment, which is also actually quite cool.
That
Yeah,
video's
then,
not long,
then
is it?
let's,
Absolutely.
How long is that?
let's see how long this conversation can live, and then let's jump to the next thing right after.
We can, but I've
I
only.
know
Yeah.
That works.
Dislord likes this kind of conversation, don't you?
Yes, indeed.
See, the
It's the
thing,
good stuff,
Let's just wing it.
you see, the thing is, I've only got till 11 o'clock. That's when the power goes off again.
Oh, we
yeah.
got lots of time then.
And by the way, guys, Tuesday night I'll be on Michael's channel. We'll be talking about some South African politics and ESCOM power.
Can I come?
Oh yeah, please do. So yeah, that's
Right
what
on.
we're gonna chat about practically. Let's just hope I'm gonna
Think
have power.
will I get away with covering a BBC documentary, do you think?
I don't know, because every time I have anything BBC or National Geographic, I have to take the video down or they strike me.
I'll risk it anyway, stuff it.
I mean, the one stream I had the other day with National Geographic where it was all commentary, I had to cut it down. I lost like 2 hours of the footage because I showed them how stupid they
Yeah,
are.
that was.
But
That's
it
ridiculous,
should
Yeah,
be you search, isn't it?
What
if
happened
you-
to fair use?
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
fair
I was
use
gonna say that.
there's no fair use when it comes to BBC and the National Geographic guys. There's no such
Well, you're doing
thing. Remember,
corporations.
they have
They're
money for
posting it on YouTube.
but they have great they have a lot of money for great lawyers. So normal people like me don't have the funds to be able to fight it with the lawyers.
Yeah.
You understand? So they can just say, "Screw you, bro. You want to lose your channel?"
What if you actually both comment and put a watermark on? You know, the copyright watermark on this,
Not even
on the picture when you watch it.
It's not even gonna change. I mean,
Yeah,
you've got my
scramble it.
face. You got my face talking on the whole time. We got us stopping it every few seconds, talking more than what we're showing.
And we played it like 3 times speed.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
even
I've
changed
seen,
it.
I've seen Bro Sanchez also have that problem sometimes, and now he start to put that big C on the screen. You know, he even puts it big sometimes because he's worried it's gonna, be taken down. But it usually works when he does that, when he used that big C on the video itself.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe these guys are hard to fight.
Okay, so I guess we
Too bad
can.
we didn't have our own server to do all this.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of doing a video on the National Geographic thing anyway, where I just take screenshots. Then they can't do anything because it's just
Oh, boy.
screenshots.
That's gonna get
yeah.
attention though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I need to explain to them the horizon is behind the Earth curve. We just have to explain that.
What if you even flip the picture so the guy on the left is on the right, and you even make the audio a little different, and you put the C on? I mean, come on, that's a whole different broadcast then.
We have to try. Okay, so I think let's watch this video. By the way, guys, do subscribe to Kryptonite Physics if you haven't already. Really, really great stuff. I can't believe he's got such little subscribers, by the way. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh. By Chris UK.
You're traveling
And
at a
Superman.
constant speed in a straight line. In physics, this is called a constant velocity. If the windows were blacked out, could you tell that you're moving? No. Is there some way, with some sort of measuring device, you could measure the fact that you're moving at a constant velocity?
Hey, Nathan Oakley, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming in. It's always good to have you here, mate.
Relativity, or relative motion, tells us
Okay, I have to stop this quickly. I've been on a train many times, and I could always tell this every second I was moving. But that's just the friction on the
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah, I
I'm the same
agree.
way. I can feel
Yeah,
every little
I'm
bit.
the same. I've been on.
Of course, you can feel it. You even feel which way it's going.
Yeah, a bus I've never been on, so I don't even know if I'm moving or not. A train, this plane, everything, you're moving. So I don't know.
I've never
People
been
are,
in. Yeah.
people are just very
Exactly.
insensitive to vibrations then or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
In theory,
I know, man.
in theory this could work.
I think they're liars. Though.
Yeah,
That's
but I mean,
what
in
we-
theory, this could work in a frictionless environment. But we don't live in a frictionless environment. So even on a train, you would know you're moving, even at a constant.
Even on high-speed trains, I've been on them, and you still feel it.
Exactly.
If they're not lying about it, those people who says they can't, then they are just so out of balance with everything. It's crazy.
But they're
That
just
should
crazy,
be
yeah.
impossible.
It's crazy, but I just had to point out because I don't know. I've never ever met anyone that's told me they don't know that they're moving. I mean, I know people that are blind and they can tell you if they're moving constantly or not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You cannot measure it. In this video, we will show that you can.
Ooh.
To demonstrate this, we will first carry out some experiments. Tim and I will be driving our rocket car. Simon on the right is going to be the observer.
Okay.
The aim is to measure the amount of force that applies as the car carries out two different maneuvers. The first will be driving in a circle at a constant velocity. The second drive will not be at a constant.
Yeah, this pushes on to where you look at the globe and they have their different elliptical orbits and different vectors for everything moving in different directions. You would notice the directional change, would you not? I mean, the one vector's at 66,000 miles an hour, the one's at 1,000 miles an hour, the other one's at 100,000. Yeah, it's insane. You would feel the direction change, which would cause you to notice you're moving. And
You feel acceleration, and a direction change is acceleration.
exactly. And since we don't even have a way to pick this up, what does it tell you guys? There's no movement at all. Hey HL, good to see you.
Having a sound.
I
Using
see
a
this-
load
there we
cell.
go.
Fastening the cell to the car's inner bodywork. Then attach a mass to the top of the cell.
Load cell. You know, sort of like what scales use, guys? Globers, in other words, so you know what the weight is on a scale. Because they think it's
We use
gravity.
load cells all the time.
Yeah, they think it's gravity. No, mate. It's just the pressure on the load cell. That's all it is.
The load cell sends out a changing charge that is proportional to the amount of force being put on it. This information will be shown on a graph. Due to centrifugal acceleration, the load from the mass pushing against the load cell remains at a constant value. Our observer, from outside and inside the circle of rotation, knowing the distance of the mass from the center and its velocity, works out the same result as the graph. The second maneuver. A blue ball is moving across the track at a constant velocity. The observer observes that the car is accelerating and decelerating to catch up and then fall behind the ball. From Simon's observation position, we are not at a constant velocity. The readout from the graph and our drive experience confirms Simon's observation. As the car increases and decreases in speed, the curves represent the force change at each point on the load cell.
You see, it's almost like elliptical orbiting, what they're showing. This is what
And
you
now he goes, Simon says.
because this is sort of like what the globe's pushing, guys. This is like basic physics stuff that the globe just ignores. All globers ignore this because they don't want to accept that the globe orbits are nonsense.
Yeah, and look at that little circle with the dot in the center there. That's just the flat Earth with the pole.
Yeah.
No. That's not. No. That's a globe. That's a globe.
From this point to the top, the mass is decreasing in velocity, going in this direction. From the top to the bottom, it's then increasing its velocity.
Notice how it's changing direction constantly. So the vectors are changing and it's accelerating in different vectors constantly.
We'll go into more detail on this at the end of this section. The observer Simon, by changing his position, can he change the readings from the load cell? No, that's impossible. He is only the observer, he has no influence on the mass in the car. Simon's new position cannot change the readings on the graph. The only thing that has changed is what he can observe from that new position. From this point, his observation calculations will be totally different than before. Relative to
Mayor Taylor, they can't make money with flat Earth, can they? How are they going to say, let's go to space if there's no space? Use your brain. I mean, how can they push alien agendas if it's a flat Earth?
They could with the what's it called, infinite flat Earth version. They could just tell us we are one circle of many, you know, and we just have to get up on their eyes and find them first.
But
But
you see-
they wouldn't even want us to go there.
Yeah, but you see, then the problem is, then they have to say, okay, now people want to go to these extra lands. How are we going to stop them from going? Space, they can stop you from going because it's very unattainable. It's millions and millions of dollars to be able to just get there, and you have to have the expertise. When it's
That's
like,
true.
let's go climb on a ship and sail to outer lands. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can do that.
Yeah, and they, you know, even if you look at the series Game of Thrones, they do the walls. They do the walls, and they do got castles up there, you know, to keep, you know, to keep us safe from the monsters coming from out there and whatnot. They could do something like that, you know, keep a big castle wall all around and keep us out from going there and saying it's for our own safety, you know,
So
like in the TV show.
That reminds me of a movie. I don't know if you remember the movie. I think it's called The Island, where where they got
That's a good one.
they were kept in a place and they had to win the lottery to get outside.
Yes,
And
yes,
they
yes.
were, and in the meantime, they were just clones all this time. And when they did win the
Oh, and
lottery, win
Yeah.
the lottery, they were killed as so they could use
Yeah, I
the
was just gonna
parts.
say we don't want to spoil it, but we did.
That was a good movie. I enjoyed that
They,
actually.
they are literally waiting to win the lottery, and they're oh so happy, and it just means you are chosen to give your organs to your original, or you know whatever.
Exactly.
You're gonna get harvested and die.
You win.
That's practically
You won.
That's practically what the globe reminds me of. Waiting to go to space. And when you get there, you'd realize, oh shit, it's faked all along. And now I'm forced to keep this lie alive, or, well, they probably threatened me and my family. Or I have to because I have to become a mason.
Would you
just to do
survive that trip?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm saying you wouldn't come back, so you wouldn't have to say nothing, bro.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even know where they would put you or what they would do to you.
So yeah, it's really weird.
to him, his new calculation will look like the car is just rotating at a constant. That the readings on the graph should be straight, with no deviation. The observer Simon makes two different calculations. Only the one on the left matches the readout from the load cell. The relative motion analysis on the right, for the mass on the load cell, is incorrect. Simon is deceived into thinking this is the reality for our mass.
Yep.
Looking at the screen, do you see constant velocity? No. Two accelerations are happening at the same time.
That way and that way.
The rotation part of our motion, we get centripetal acceleration, giving us a constant centrifugal force of the mass against the load cell. This is represented by the red dashed line on the graph. As seen from your observation. As we are also moving in this,
I love this. Globus, point to me out here how this is not having differences in velocity in different vectors. As far as I know, 2.3 meters a second is far different from 5.54 meters a second, correct?
Yep.
Especially if it's in a different direction. And this is exactly what your globe is claiming, by the way. But saying we can't pick it up. We can't measure this. We can't feel this. We just have to trust them. Really weird.
direction, The mass now has an ever-changing rate of acceleration. This change gives
Oh, you can visit Antarctica. Not really independently. You can visit a tour group on Antarctica, which tells you where you're allowed to go, and
Exactly.
it's very restricted. And then you pay a lot of money and go through a lot of paperwork to do it.
And the place they call the pole or whatever, it has nothing to do with the actual pole. It's just they just put a stupid pole there and call that the North Pole.
Exactly.
It's a pole, yes, but it's not the pole.
Exactly.
It's just a thing.
It's not hard to understand. I can put you on a plane and say I'm taking you to Bermuda, but instead I've taken you to Mauritius and just called it Bermuda.
The actual pole would be somewhere, in the center of Greenland, Canada, that area,
I remember a show.
Somewhere.
I remember a show that came out of the Space Cadets, where what they did is they took the people and they said we're going to Russia. So we're going to train to go to space on a Russian airbase. They climbed on an airplane, flew around for a few hours, and the same airport they came out of, they changed to look like a Russian airbase, and they landed there again after flying a few hours, and they believed they were in Russia.
That's crazy.
Do you understand it's easy to say, look guys, we are in Antarctica. We are doing what you're saying is impossible. So when people tell you you're not allowed to go to Antarctica, don't trust them. Where are you? You were in the middle of ice. So therefore just trust us.
And in many airplanes now, they have that little screen, in most airplanes, I guess, that little screen that shows you how you are flying, where you are flying. I don't know if they actually show you. I don't trust that at all.
It's so easy to make a program that is it just tells you what you want to hear.
Just an animation.
Just an
It
animation.
shows you what they would claim you are doing while you are flying left when it goes right.
Think about setting a timer on a clock, okay? And now you set an animation for that timer that tells you where you are on that timer, on that clock. So now your flight is, let's say, 3 hours. And it shows on that animation for every minute where you're flying as an animation on that timer. So by the time you've actually reached your destination, it's going to say this is how you flew there. In the meantime, it's not. It's just an animation. Should you just trust it? That's why I say I don't even trust when Wolfie... Why do you think Wolfie's too scared to do what I asked him to do with the compass? Because he makes excuses. Because he's claiming they're flying great circle routes, but you see him flying straight. You understand? It's very easy to fake a route and not actually be going that route. Especially a lot of the planes fly over the ocean. There's no signal for them. You see that blimp on the screen? There's no ping for that boat, for that ship, or that airplane. It's literally just on the animation that they're flying over there. There's no ping whatsoever. Once they get out a certain zone, then there's a ping again from the plane. How do you know where they've gone? What they've been doing? It's very easy to fake this stuff.
I can tell you from experience. I flew from California here all the way to Ireland. We went and stayed a month there a few years ago. And when we were on the flight, I had my phone and I already was thinking about all this. And it's funny, it's really funny. When we were going, I was telling my wife, I said, the little map that's up there on the screen doesn't match up with what my phone says. And I said, I think I trust my phone. I've used it quite often and quite frequently, and I know it tells me which way I'm going. So how is it that little thing up there on the screen is telling me I'm going a different direction? She goes, oh, don't worry about it. It's probably just a glitch. You're just making a big deal out of it. I'm like, really? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't match up at all. It's telling me we're going somewhere else and we're not. That doesn't make sense to me.
Sensors must be a bit off. I'll report it. We'll look into it.
Sorry, what happened?
Yeah, those seem concerned. Yeah,
messing.
if you ask them, he's like, well, if you ask them about it, that's what they'd say. They'd give you an excuse like, oh yeah, we'll check it.
I think the sensors are a little off. I'll report that.
Yeah, the GPS signal is low.
Yeah, there's something off. Maybe it just needs calibration. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Gives us an ever-changing force on the load cell. in addition to the rotation force alone. The combination of both accelerations give us the readings we get on our graph.
And do we get these readings?
This
in real
happens
life,
to any
guys?
mass on a rotation
globe?
when the rotation center is moving at a constant velocity.
Nope.
The observer's position cannot change this. And now the apparatus. Moving at a constant velocity is a person contained within a sealed compartment with one-way glass. The apparatus consists of 2 load cells, each with the same mass placed at the top. The load cells fasten to the rotating platform at the edge, placed opposite to each other, to balance the system. The platform's rotational speed is set to a constant value.
Okay.
This can be adjusted if needed. As with the car, just rotating, the graph is showing a constant force from the mass against the load cell. The container is now moving at a constant velocity.
Here we go.
We now see the 2 telltale curves on the chart.
Exactly. That's how you know. You would know you actually feel and been able to pick up the rotation. Guys, by the way, this is all in referencing Earth, guys. You would know we are moving. It's as simple as that. You can't go and say, oh, Earth big. It's only 1 revolution per day. Yeah, that 1 revolution per day is you ignoring the rim velocity of 1,000 miles an hour in one direction, 60,000 miles an hour in a different direction, and hundreds of thousands of miles an hour in a different direction. You get that? It's like a wobbling, spinning testicle that you're saying you can't pick up the rotation. It's insanity.
The peak of each curve indicates the line of travel. The direction along that line cannot be determined. If the constant velocity rate was greater, the dynamics of the 2 curves would change. It should be...
What? This explanation was not very technical. It's not supposed to be technical, it's just to show you, you change your accelerative speeds at different vectors because of rotation. In other words, we'll be able to pick it up if the Earth was rotating. That's it. We don't. So therefore not a spinning Earth, Mayo. Can we make it any simpler to this guy?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
be possible to gauge the actual velocity by analyzing the shape. By changing position, an observer can only change their perception of what is happening. They physically cannot change anything. The observer from this position in space observes the rotating apparatus placed here. It is also moving at a constant velocity with the ground at over 500 miles per hour. Knowing the mass's distance from the center of the apparatus and its velocity, they calculate the same readings as the graph. When the observer changes position, the graph's readout remains the same. Only their perception of what is happening to the mass changes. If we see no curves on the graph,
Sorry, Bob picked up at 15 degrees of rotation. Are you sure about that? Has anybody seen this actual video footage of this and the data? No. What did we get? A cartoon of him saying, "Oh, I made a 15-degree hour," and then he was talking about a ring laser gyro, correct? And what he was showing Nathan Thompson was a fog gyro. You guys don't even have your story set. And by the way, if he picks up 15 degrees hours of drift, his gyro was faulty. Gyros don't drift. Also note that if he did pick that up, then it shows you can't have your, we would see Coriolis effect with planes and things deviating in the sky. We don't see this. So either you have Coriolis or you don't. Which one is it?
Yeah. The part of the thing is too is they didn't have the ring laser gyro. Actually, it needed to be bolted to something solid, and they didn't do that. It was just sitting on a table.
That's the thing. I mean, look at that one where he's talking to Nathan Tops with his fog gyro. He didn't have it bolted. He was moving it up and down and left and right. That's not how a gyro is supposed to work. It's supposed to be physically bolted, because all a gyro does is set a rigid plane. That's it. So once it sets that rigid plane, it's so you know if you are off, how much degrees you're off of that rigid plane. If it drifts, there's something wrong with it. There's no drifting in a gyro. You have precision because of a mechanical gyro has precision because it's mechanics. Why do you think they have to keep it spinning?
Whose claim was it? Whose claim was it of the drift? It must be drifting. Was that Bob's claim?
No, they claim Bob drifted because he did that mockumentary.
Right, yeah. No, I knew it was because of the mockumentary, but I didn't know.
And they're so dumb when they say, thank you, Bob, for proving this 15-degree-hour drift. Well, yeah, great. Then show us the planes deviating in the sky, please, so we can see Coriolis effect. Oh, wait, we don't see this, do we?
No, we don't.
Or how about when Mitchell from Australia goes and shows a pendulum not rotating? Not showing rotation.
And then a sign the next day or something saying it's broken. How can you break a pendulum unless it's broken at the pivot?
So you broke Earth rotation then? That's crazy.
That's called an earth break.
It's crazy. And also note, when they talk about the Foucault's pendulum, it's still bolted to the Earth, correct? So it's still on the same reference. So it won't show rotation. Because pendulums don't rotate. Pendulums only move back and forth.
Wow, this Mayo Taylor guy is just like...
I don't know.
Are they faking recent time lapses from NASA?
Yes, they do.
I don't know.
Maybe yes, they do, Mayo. Stop listening to people like Dave McKeegan. Dave McKeegan's quite a moron, mate. The guy thinks a week. If he shows a time lapse for someone that's a week late, he says, no, how do they make the CGI in a week? It's actually very simple. If you have your weather reports set into an AI algorithm, I can go create you an AI globe in like 2 minutes. How's that sound?
You can even make a video.
I can do it on Discord for you in 2 minutes. How's that? Let's quickly do that. I'm going to show them quickly. Let's make an AI globe in 2 minutes.
Yeah. You can even make a fucking video now. You can even get a short video clip showing what you want.
It's so easy, dude. You just have a dedicated server running AI algorithms that's linked to the weather systems. Pop it out 2 days later, whatever. Therefore, it's proven, correct? There we go. Blue Willow AI. Let's go to Rookie. Let's see. I think it's prompt. Why did they put it? Image prompt. Just got to see how to type it again. I can't remember. It's not going to work there. I haven't done this in a long time, by the way. Because you actually have to type image prompt or something. There we go. Image. There we go. Image prompt. Let's say weather system over globe realistic. Ooh, why am I putting in caps?
Photorealistic.
Yeah, photo realistic. Globe from space. Let's do that. Let's wait. Exciting prompt. Stay tuned for results. Support us with a man. No, this is like the notice. This is the most basic way of doing this, okay? Let the AI do its thing. There we go. Which one do you want to use? Let's take that one. Let's go U1. Now it's going to give us a better version there. Now
If I was a Glober, I'd say, nah, I don't want those.
oh, look, they've even got boats. Now you can prompt it as much as you want. It just created me 4 AI images in 2 minutes, correct? Yeah. So, guys, when someone like Dave McKeegan comes and says, how do they get this so right to make CGI so much? AI algorithms, mate. By the way, AI algorithms have been around for decades. It's not new technology. It's just given to the public as new technology.
Also, they don't really need a database. They can just have access to Google or to all search results.
Yep.
Yeah. If people think that the governments don't hold technologies back, then they're very naive.
Of course. We could have been playing Xbox One in the 1970s, you know what I mean?
Hey, Pitch Lumen, good to see you. Yeah, exactly. There is a delay every so often with the ISS. By the way, Pitch Lumen, I watched your last debate on Donny's channel with that what's that, with that doctor, Sergeant or whatever, where he says flat Earth, flat wrong. Brilliant debate, mate. Really enjoyed it. I would actually like to debate that Sir Joris guy. But keep it up, guys. Do subscribe to Pitch Lumen as well. He also has an awesome channel. Okay, let's carry on with this, where he shows that you would have a way to measure Earth's rotation, and we don't see it.
The ground is not moving. If it's not moving, we don't live on this.
No, we don't live on that. Exactly.
Exactly.
We don't live in that.
And that was it. Brilliant. Thank you, Kryptonite Physics.
Yeah. That was a good one. I like that one.
And we do indeed live in the Earth and not on the Earth. You know, if you talk globe or flat.
There's a video. That's on my other channel. Okay, I think it was here. I watched a video that I was thinking... Not we might have.
Was that flat Earth pizzas?
This guy.
The old flat Earth pizza spinning through space.
I would like to see. Oh, that's why we got a calzone. You know, calzones is the globe pizza. You know, it's
An inside out pizza.
Okay, before we watch some of this, I just want to say this is 6 days ago. Okay, this is my question, my comment, because this is flat Earther see space for the first time. Okay.
look at that down on the right.
Yeah, that's his thumbnail.
Ridiculous shit.
But anyway, this must be satire. The so-called flat earther is no flat earther. To anybody red flags from the start. Want to talk with a real flat earther? You know who to contact. So let's see if he'll contact me. Now you've seen what I commented. Please just listen. This is a supposed flat earther that's going to see space for the first time, guys. But I want you to understand and listen to the arguments this guy's making for flat Earth. Ruhov's latest is rubbish. We're probably going to get to that as well. He does trigonometry, guys, and says it's a globe while doing triangles.
Triangles in a globe.
Yeah.
Don't know how that
Using theodolites, doing trigonometry. Yeah, doing trigonometry, and then he does a flat earth assumption and a globe assumption, does refraction and corrections for the globe assumption, but leaves it all out for the flat assumption. That says, see, it's out, so therefore globe.
The only triangles they knew were kind of flat right in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but let me ask you something. If you're going to do an assumption for, let's say, flat earth, and assumption for globe earth, and you're using trigonometry for them both, okay? And you leave, let's say, refraction out for the one and put refraction in the other, would that be honest?
No.
No, exactly.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get to that. Let's first watch this. I want you to listen to this so-called flat earther. That's just listen. It's
This flat earther is about to see the curvature of the Earth with his own eyes. See, most of us think the planet looks like this. But the thing is, 10% of the world thinks the planet looks like this.
Nope.
Well, that's the 10% that I don't know exists for sure. Yeah. Who are those 10%?
Yeah, exactly. They always start off with a straw man model.
Yep.
Always.
Of course, because it has to look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they magically think the water just goes down, under, and up again.
Yeah, so let's put it this way. This
They
is
like to go out down under.
this is red flag number 1. Because that's what, if you talk to a real flat earther, do you think he would correct him on this in the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on.
And this is one of them. We're gonna be seeing if he's right. Step 1, launch a balloon into space.
My name is Sebit, and I believe the Earth is flat.
3, 2,
Yeah, okay.
1.
I might have to just change this.
Fisheye lens.
6 for the... Oh yeah, they're using fisheye lens as well, by the way. I want to maybe zoom it out because of the sound.
Step 2, live stream what the camera sees into his vision using a VR headset.
Oh, whoa. I'm seeing clouds. That's awesome.
Step 3.
Okay, so he's using a VR headset. Now, another thing comes to mind. So since this guy's a flat earther, you're telling me he hasn't seen any high altitude balloon footage before? That they had to get the guy out and stick a VR set on him and show high altitude footage. What does that tell you? Okay.
3, wait for the balloon to reach space. And see what he says.
How did you first come about, like, flat Earth?
I've been high up. I've been on an airplane.
Okay, now I'm going to put it a bit softer, slower so you can hear again. Let's go touch by. Now listen to what he's saying.
I've been high up. I've been on an airplane. You should be able to see the plane dip just to maintain travel across a globe Earth, and yet I haven't felt no such thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's also a red flag for me.
Wait, what? He said he haven't felt it. He was looking at it.
He says, flying in an airplane, he hasn't felt the nose dip over a globe.
That makes no sense. You do feel that when it actually goes moving down, when it does move downwards.
No, but he's saying it's
You also
flat.
feel it when it goes up.
He's saying it's flat because it's not, the nose is not dipping down. So he doesn't feel it, he doesn't know about it. This is one of the
okay, yeah,
most...
but
A small plane or a big one?
But it doesn't matter. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
this
they
is...
don't go up and down much anyway, you know. It's just slight differences where you're up when you're actually up there.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're actual flat earther, you're not going to use that as an argument.
No.
You're not going to say, oh, you would be like, the plane would have to nose dip down 8 inches per mile squared because it would fly into space. Correct? Instead, I don't feel it dip down. Okay. As a, trying to make it sound stupid. Now, we all know the globe has come back and say, yeah, but because of gravity, you wouldn't know, and because the globe's so big, you wouldn't realize it's dropping down. But that's false, because if you look at the math, based on 8 inches per mile squared, it's, especially the faster you fly, the faster you have to drop. But anyway, yeah.
Actually makes some pretty good points. But before we could address them, the balloon started blowing away from us. And we have to stay directly under it to stay connected to the live stream, so we got in the car to start following it.
Yeah. So they're just following it. I'm just have to stop now and then. Sorry, guys, because the music and copyrights. You know how some of these people are. But hopefully this Jack Gordon will actually talk to a real flat earther sometime.
At the edge of the Earth.
Because this guy does a lot of astronomy, as I've been seeing. He even rented out a a telescope so they can try and spot a new planet that they call Eris.
Oh God.
Yeah.
There's definitely an ice wall at Antarctica. I'm very skeptical behind the reasons that people aren't allowed to just go and visit Antarctica. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
At the moment, this guy sounds to me like a Witsitarian. Nobody can go
But
to
he just said
Antarctica.
visit.
Yeah,
He
visit.
said, "Oh, nobody can
Okay.
visit Antarctica." Oh, sure, you can visit it, but you can't freely explore it.
No.
Exactly.
You know, that's the thing. It's
That's
like,
the thing.
and they say, "Oh, it's not militarily guarded." Yeah, try and go freely explore it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see what
If
happens.
you have no papers, no permits, they will arrest you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no ifs or
Ask-
buts. There's no ifs or buts.
Yeah,
They
ask
will.
Jarl.
Yeah, they will. Okay, now he puts Mr. Beast on, saying, "Remember that video? We've been to Antarctica." Yeah, this is where we come with. How do you know they were there where they claim to be?
But Mr. Beast was there, didn't you see it?
Exactly. But
And
look,
Mr. Beast is so truthful, right?
Oh, and his
It's
name is
obviously he's real,
so...
right?
You know, with that name, you just believe him. You know, there's just no way you don't.
yeah, but I mean,
He's got a tick next to his name.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe an influencer with such great authority is making fun of flat Earth would be a person showing it to be flat, correct? No. Obviously, how do you think he's also got so much context with these days? He's in the club,
who
guys.
Even believes,
He's in the club.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, who would even believe he's real? All that money, all those trips, even the name, it's obviously set up.
No, he makes the money, everything, but he's in the club.
I guess, but he's not like any normal person.
But show me other YouTubers, okay? That's just got context everywhere. That doesn't matter what you do, they just got context everywhere.
Yeah. He's someone's son or whatever. He's from some family with a lot of...
No. His mother and father, they were just normal people, obviously. He started, but
also he actually...
as soon as you become members of the club, don't you think the people...
So he just sold out, yeah.
I could say just sold out, obviously. I mean, look at a lot of the influences in pop culture and music. All of a sudden, they just rise to fame or whatever, having contacts everywhere. How does that happen? Yeah, because they contact the people like this guy. We can use them for influence,
industry plants and that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you sign, they turn your image upside down. Then you go from sweet country music to some sick shit with a lot of symbolism and deep messages.
Yeah. But anyway, listen. Now they're showing, he says, you can't go to Antarctica, blah, blah, blah. Now they show Mr. Beast. But then they ask him, look how he answers them.
We just landed in Antarctica and we're going to survive the next 50 hours here.
What about Mr. Beast?
He didn't answer. What does this tell you guys?
What are we watching?
This is supposed to be a flat earther.
Wow.
Looking at space for the first time through VR goggles while they're sending a balloon, a high altitude balloon.
So what space is he seeing that you can't already see, like punted on TV?
It's crazy.
On NASA website.
Exactly. Hey, Skeptic, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. But yeah, it's crazy. I still don't believe this is an actual flat earther.
Nah.
I don't know. He most probably just did it for like fame and for some money, because at the end of they said
flat earther would have been like, you want me to look at something in some VR headset? Are you for real?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I would be like, dude, what is space in the first place? Okay? I've seen high altitude balloon footage. What's going to change by looking at your high altitude balloon footage through a VR set? I can do that at home.
Look at it this way. Here, let me show you reality in virtual reality.
Exactly.
Don't make sense. Stupid.
But I mean, this is a few red flags, but it gets worse.
The balloon was getting higher and we were still driving. But I had some more questions to ask.
Listen.
What about the idea of like falling off the edge of the earth?
On a flat earth, as you go towards the edge, you wouldn't necessarily just like fall off. You'd be able to kind of just like turn the corner and be able to walk down the edge.
What's he talking about?
Exactly. Not a flat earther, guys.
What on earth?
Is that supposed to be what he's seeing?
This is, remember, this that they're showing on screen now is taken from, what's that other Vsauce? Where he was trying to explain on a flat earth how gravity would work. So first of all, this so-called flat earther is pushing a flying pancake in space, and you're walking around an edge that you wouldn't fall off.
Wow.
And they want to know why I don't believe he's a real flat earther. And he doesn't answer them when they ask him simple questions.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be able to get that opportunity. I don't think that they're letting anybody off or get anywhere close to Antarctica. You got some people blocking out Antarctica.
You know, that is so far outside of the realm of physics that I can't even put it in my head.
We'll hear more from the professor later.
I don't know about you guys, but so far it's looking pretty flat.
The land around us.
You understand what's going on? This is what I say. This is satire, guys.
Of course.
This is the things we get all the time. And this is the things that are getting pushed out to the populace.
Just another hit piece.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
people getting. Yeah.
Hmm? The people
No, I was just
getting
saying
all
that-
the all the people
you
getting
go.
the views. Sorry, all the people getting the views is the rubbish.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and what about people being told they're, what about the South Pole? That's the biggest joke of all. Going to the, it's just as big because both of those places is not real. It's not the actual places they show you, but the South Pole, you wouldn't even be able to go there
No.
because it's on the other. It's deep under us. If anything, it's not even a place you can go to.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Certainly looked flat, but that made sense. Our camera, though, was at about the height that airplanes fly at, so it hadn't sensed much curvature yet.
So
Oh God.
the camera's getting a little bit more level, but I feel like it's still a little flat. Like I don't see that much of a curve.
Do you see a slight curve though? No, I
Notice, guys, I've been using a wide-angle fisheye lens this whole time because it even goes convex.
Yeah.
Weird how the guy didn't even question him on that.
Yeah.
Pitch, yeah. Odd that the mainstream folk entertain flat Earth as much topic. We'd have flat earthers who make claims like disc in space walking over an edge. Nasty plot. Exactly. It's the beast media. It's exactly that.
I agree with them. I kind
Like
of
honestly, it doesn't even feel like a slight. And it's like it could be possible that the domed Earth is a little bit higher than 100,000 feet.
See, now he's even making claims on how high the dome is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that stupid picture. I guess the dome doesn't work, I guess the dome is a little bit too big. It's not covering the edges.
That's crazy.
And so probably don't hit it today. Or for all that I know, the domed roof could be what's popping the balloon.
Even that. The dome roof would be what's popping the balloon. It's called low pressure, mate. The balloon, the gas inside the balloon expands too much, so it expands and explodes out.
Is it me or is Andrew Worth typing just like Phil Bell does?
I haven't seen Phil Bell in a while, so that's actually weird.
Who else do we know adds capitals in his sentences?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Phil Bell.
Yo, that's interesting, actually.
The ice wall thing and so on, well, there are multiple national claims, including Argentina and Chile, slices of the South Pole. There is also a South Pole Treaty, and the U.S. station sits directly at the geographic South Pole. By the way, I mean...
Well, what's that got to do with anything? They have a station at the geographic South Pole, so therefore Earth is a globe. What? Yeah, Barchabel should want to help this Christian movement. If he denies the moon, he will be mocked as Nas. Yeah, the thing is, Barchabel is not as what he claims to be, though.
He's not a Christian either. Why would a Christian copyright strike another Christian?
Yeah, I mean, I remember Michael shared his interview with that guy, and he copyright striked him for it. Shows you he's not really for the truth. It's just about money for him.
That's right.
If you believe in a flat earth, don't use your cell phone, because your cell phone depends on those global positioning systems.
Ground positioning systems work too, mate. By the way, we got
It should be geographical.
We got my daughter a smartwatch thing, and you can set it for ground positioning systems as well. To triangulate the position. Do you know that? Using cell phone towers? Yeah. Oh, and also, do these guys know when they call the GPS, the data that's put into it, it just follows a Cartesian grid. You telling it where it is, so it knows what it has to read off of. It's just using pinged signals from its location. That's it.
David Banner says he got 3 strikes off Bucks Sibrel for playing from the Earth to the moon. On the way to the moon, sorry. On the way to the moon. Oh, that funny thing happened on the moon. Sorry, I thought it was on the. I actually thought
I've had a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Is that what you're saying?
I've had a few copyrights off pros Christians. Like I got another copy straight off this Christian channel. Is it something like DTBM or something like that?
Oh, okay.
That's weird.
When I first read that, I thought he was on about that black and white movie from the After the Moon, but I read it wrong. I know what you're on about, the documentary where they hold that cardboard in front of the window, don't they, to make the shape of the earth.
See, the fact that matters a Christian would want you to help push truth, like, you know, so I don't think they'd strike you.
Yeah. Jeff Conkle, thank you very much for your 10 Canadian dollars, mate. Really, really appreciate it. I like your China.
How many rams 10 Canadian dollars worth?
It's a Canadian money.
Canuck bucks.
It's Canadian money, guys.
It's Canadian.
Canadian. Sorry about the Canadian money.
It's
That's all we got here.
It's Canadian money. He's giving me fake money, guys. I'm joking. Thank you very
Canadian
much.
yen.
Thank you very much for the super chat. The Earth is flat and true and cannot be moved. Amen. Exactly.
Absolutely. See, that's another. When my dad used to use that word for level, true. You know what I mean? Which is true.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad used that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Jeff is ace. I agree.
Yes, is global positioning. That is true.
And they are orbiting around the globe.
Yeah, it's got.
Oh, orbiting around the globe in a second law of thermodynamics violation.
Orbiting around the globe. Wow.
I mean, this brings me back to that video we showed the other night that Victor Groot brought us. Where the lasers from the high altitude balloons, how they so far apart, they're showing parallel straight down or is vertical. They don't have any diverging zeniths at all.
Gotta go a tiny bit higher.
I feel like, I don't know, from this height or whatever, I'm wondering what kind of a curve we would see.
If there's a total lunar eclipse, the shadow of the Earth upon the moon is a round arc. So, you know, the Earth is round, it's not a disk.
You should show them that demonstration.
Where they actually do demonstrations and
With a piece of paper, yeah, you can show that it makes a curved line on a ball too when you use a straight piece of paper. So it could mean.
Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Fascinating.
But they love doing this. Let's just make a claim, so therefore it is. Just because this guy is a what's this guy? An astronomer or astrophysicist? What do they call him? I don't know.
I don't know.
Jack
Some guy in
Jack Gordon. Let's see who Jack Gordon actually is, guys.
type T-shirt.
Gordon Bennett.
Uh-oh.
Let's
You're
see.
going to find something you don't want.
Oh, okay, not that Jack Gordon.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Jack Gordon. No, but this is Jack Gordon. Duh. Sorry. I want to know who this guy is. What's his... Okay, just remember we are on 3 minutes 16 seconds. We are looking for... this guy.
And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be...
Okay, it just says UCLA College Astronomy Professor. Okay.
So if we say it's true, then it must be him.
So how do we even know this guy is who they're claiming to be? And astronomy, as
He's
far
probably
as
the next door neighbor.
And as far as I know, astronomy doesn't deal with physics, do they?
No.
Because they look at the sky and say, "Look, it orbit." Yeah. That's insane. So I don't think I can trust that guy, really.
Sebit doesn't agree, though. What about the sun and the moon?
Who knows? We haven't been to either. It could be that they're circling Earth on its...
See, could be that they're circling Earth. So that guy's not a flat earther.
No. They're definitely circling Earth.
Yeah, it's either the Earth is rotating or the luminaries are moving. One or the other. It can't be that could be. So in other words, he's not even sure if the Earth's moving or the luminaries are moving.
How does the sun set, like, below the horizon?
Right?
Listen. How does the sun set, like, below the horizon?
Some people say it could be all about perspective. As the sun gets further and further away from where you are, there's a vanishing point, and at that vanishing point is where we no longer see the sun.
Months and years, the calendar system are a beautiful example of demonstration that the Earth is round. And
See what I'm saying? There's no actual answer. And then they have that UCLA dude just making claims again.
And
Seasons.
always round. Can't they use another word? It's not the right word to use.
Use a globe. Just say it out straight. If you think it's a globe, say globe. Don't say round.
They want to make people think round is not a globe is round and round is only a globe. Like anyone is that dumb.
Yet they show a round disc on screen.
Yeah. The flat Earth is not round. Only the globe is round.
It's crazy. That's why I say this stuff is just satire, mate. I can't take any of this seriously.
images of Earth, it's not just NASA. Recently, the Chandrayaan mission took beautiful images of the Earth. You could.
Is that what the fuck is that? Is that a black oven? That's a homemade one. It doesn't look like anyone I've seen.
We hear this a lot where they say, "Why did the size of the continents change so much?" Correct, and they say, "Oh, but it's just the focal length." Sorry, since when does the water become so small compared to the land? Even if you change your focal length.
Yeah.
If it was just zoomed in because of the focal length, you wouldn't see land there so close to the land there with so little water in between, would you?
No.
And we all know how fake, let's put this out, how extra fake the Indian space stuff was lately. It's not, it wasn't even a little bit, it's like insanely fake.
That was like playing asteroids on the Atari 2600. That's what it looked like, the little triangle.
It's crazy.
Asteroids. Yeah.
Sad.
I remember that. We used to fight over it.
That's what it looked like.
See it as a billiard ball hanging in the blackness of space.
So I'm still a little bit skeptical, but there are some other cameras up there that got some footage for us, so I'm looking forward to checking those out to see what kind of footage we got.
But the balloon just burst, so we have to go get it.
Yeah, that's right. So while we were listening to the scientists...
Yeah, the balloon burst. I wonder why. Did it hit the dome, as he said, or was it just because of high pressure goes to low pressure?
Yeah.
The live stream cut out, and the balloon apparently popped a little bit later. So now it's falling towards the ground.
And we have to go get it, so we can see the footage after the stream cut out at the very top.
But also, how do we know we're not just like baiting and switching? Like, how do we know that it's the same weather balloon?
Why is he even saying that? There he goes, trying to make it look like some conspiracy Todd.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit silly to say that. I mean,
You
why
understand?
I'm sure you've got your balloon marked with a certain serial number or something like that.
Yeah,
or a name.
it's tracked with GPS.
Yeah.
But now he's saying, how do you know it's not a bait and switch? So in other words, he's trying to make all flat earthers just look like some conspiracy loon. Like, this guy is just going to change the balloon footage. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's a terrible actor.
We're going to be going to...
Seba was starting to get a bit suspicious. You're only going to buy this if you actually see the camera come out of the air. So you know it's the same camera, right?
Yeah.
Now the problem is, it takes about an hour to get down to the ground, and the camera was 20 miles in the air. That's 20 miles per hour falling down. So it is not going to be easy to actually be there when it lands, let alone actually try and catch it out of the air.
Okay. Yeah. I might just have to mute this for a bit, just so we can get to where it is. Oh, there it is. Just scared with the music and everything they say, you know what I mean? All up, okay. Air up order, okay, it's just... Air up is just these...
Air up, yeah, same things you put in the water. It makes it taste like... Water tastes like cola and stuff.
Yeah, so that's just probably... Yeah, it's just his sponsor, obviously.
Sponsor, yeah.
Like we needed. Okay, Jack 15, nice, okay. Go look for that footage. Okay, where is it? Where is it?
Find the balloon.
Okay, we'll find it now, guys. Be careful. There's like cactus here.
I just looked up those professors for UCLA.
Yeah.
The guy that they're showing doesn't even appear in their faculty.
That's what I said. You can't trust it.
Oops.
That's weird. Maybe that's why they didn't name him.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, let's see.
So this is definitely the camera we started with, right? We may not have seen it come down, but this is it. And there's no way that anyone would have planted it this far out in a field. It took like an hour and a half to get to. We're gonna trust this footage, right?
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to checking out the footage.
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll see what it looks like.
It's a lot of earth.
That's a lot of Earth. Okay. Now notice how it is going concave, convex because they're using a wide angle lens.
It's a lot of Earth. Let's skip about as high up as it seems like it'll go. Oh, that's landing.
Like, that seems fairly flat, right? Like, I think...
a ruler? I mean, I see a little bit of...
Now, they're gonna do, check what they do.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wait till they get a convexity on it and then use the ruler.
Do you think he's gonna call them out on this?
No.
A little bit of a curve. It would be cool to see kind of like...
This is what's got to convince
go
him.
pixel.
Sorry?
This is probably what's got to convince him it's a glow.
No. He's gonna stay. He's just listen to his argument. This is when you should call them out. He's like, wish you could take this pixel for pixel. What do you think they're doing on screen?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's crazy.
The pixel, seeing if there is a straight line. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What do you see?
I see a curve personally.
You see a curve?
I see a slight curve.
If I'm being honest, thinking about the sun and the moon's orbit is kind of the toughest things to think about. Vanishing points and points of view and perspective. It does look like it's pretty high above, and that perspective doesn't look like if it were to just go in a straight line that it could just disappear.
You see, everything the guy's saying just screams to me, nah. What the hell?
Yep.
David
Definitely
Lee,
not a flat earth.
they even showed in the beginning when they lit it up, it went convex and concave, mate. It's a wide angle lens. Look at that, same curve on the bottom as it is in this higher up.
Yeah.
Dude. And by the way, even Dave McKeegan says on a flat earth it would look the same. It's all optical.
Really awesome experience and super down to go ahead and take that into consideration and everything. For sure. Of course.
Pleasure doing business with you. But Sebit wasn't the only flat earther we showed this footage to. We got.
Look who he showed the footage to, guys. Look if you see any names that pops out.
Emails back from tons of flat earthers that watched it and tried to.
Oh, yeah, nice. No doubt.
That's another red flag to me.
Of course.
Would you trust that name?
No.
I wouldn't trust it.
It's got it in his name, isn't it? Dat.
Dette.
Dat.
The same guy that instead of just answering when someone says something says, I'm going to go go on my boat, my expensive boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Debunk it.
Some may think you see
Me yacht.
but I can assure you that you don't.
They all had different opinions. As for Sebit, though, we went to Chipotle and then we drove to the airport.
It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
For sure, of course, no problem at all.
All right, see ya.
Wow. And gave him $1,000 for being in the video.
Well
and
done.
then we boarded our planes.
And I went home. Well done.
What does that mean?
Paid opposition.
What does that mean? They said there's something about you guys can't debunk this any more than you can mage. What does that mean?
What? You guys can't debunk...
In the chat.
Dude, David, we actually debunked Mage when it came out, mate. The Mage was a joke. Mage proves that the Earth's not rotating underneath the balloon. So, no Coriolis. Mage also proves that you guys don't understand that the lines on his camera is set at the same distance away, and everything in the distance gets further and further out, aka optical effects. Mate proved a lot of things. It proves your horizon is only optical, mate, not physical. Also note, the horizon went how high with Mage, guys? It was supposed to drop away.
And the front of the plane.
I just thought, yeah, we saw that. I just had to show that. Insane.
Dirt.
Oh, did you see this? Did you see this latest from the missing research?
Yeah, man.
This was brilliant. Guys, also, for missing research, I'm going to also give his link.
Oh, yeah.
The proof. A mirage causes obstruction at a different angle. No, this is just mirage, guys. Uh-oh. So optics then, guys. Optical.
I'm already subscribed.
I see it at top of my street.
Of course. Especially with you being slightly, you know what I mean? If you go stand in your front and it goes uphill a bit, doesn't it? So you'll be able to see it a lot better like that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd go up there with a camera with a little great ass and everyone would be watching me.
I forgot we have to watch it in
I got a woman come out and question what I was doing when I was taking pictures at chemtrails.
Exactly.
I was taking pictures.
Yeah, I've had people ask me about that.
You pointed towards the sky. Yeah.
Exactly. Skeptic says NDT says no curve visible at 128,000 feet. So yeah, how would they have curve available at 30,000 feet? That's stupid. Yeah. It's because it's not physical curve.
Look, thermodynamics in action.
Check out Jay Tolan's footage from planes.
Note, pole A is the same distance from the wall as pole B. Same distance, guys. The wall is 90 degrees straight from my position. Only remember, he's just turned his camera, turned it so it has that position like it would look like the floor. But look how it's going to block everything just because of the mirage.
Yeah.
Did you notice that guy disappeared before he even went behind the wall? Look there. Oopsie.
Yeah. Proper mirroring going on.
Nice.
So, in other words, optical.
It's curved. It's showing curve there.
It's like when you see it on road, it looks like water.
Who said that?
Yeah, it's silver mercury water.
It's crazy.
That building is curved. It's a round building.
Notice how the people disappear before they even get behind the wall.
I just noticed the guy's forehead now. After all watching this so many times, I just noticed the dude's forehead. I was like, what were you guys talking about? He's there. I kept wondering what you were talking about. This is the video that I posted earlier, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
David Lee, so you consider Dr. Tyson as a credible source? No, he's your priest, so you're supposed to take what he says as fact because he did the math. Remember?
I'm gonna start emailing him and telling him he's wrong.
Yeah, unless you want to tell your priest of the globe that he's wrong. Correct? Because I believe they said there's no contradictions in their globe, as far as I know. So either so either Neil deGrasse Tyson is wrong or you guys are wrong. Take your pick, because you both say two different things. And if you say he's wrong, please go correct him.
And he's completely ridiculous. He's very wrong. So please
go troll him like it's
go prove him right. Go prove him right. You know, actually, he's saying so many stupid things he can't even prove.
Oh, so David Lee says no, he's not. Okay, great. So then Mage didn't sow curve then. Well done, David Lee.
He's a bad actor who was in crappy TV shows and been the voice of cartoon characters. That's all he did. And then they all of a sudden picked him up for this big job that he doesn't even know how to do.
Oh, wait. David Lee said no, he's not. Now he says he was wrong. So they can't even decide when he's wrong and he's not wrong.
You want to start getting him sacked then, don't you?
Yeah.
And making you guys look stupid.
He was wrong. Oh, and he says it again with caps. So just make sure that he's yelling it.
Okay, guys.
He was wrong.
So when Neil deGrasse Tyson drops the mic and says gravity, does that mean he's wrong? He's.
Oh my goodness.
Or is he wrong?
I just laughed at that.
Or is he wrong when they ask him what is gravity? Wait, I think I still have that video.
Man, if he had just said density and dropped it, then I would clap. You know. But
I think that was one of those times where he wasn't thinking about what he was going to say, and he just said it, and it just kind of came out, and then you know what I mean. He probably got yelled at for it.
Oh yeah.
Because of how he made it look.
Oh, it was something else.
But it shows that he is thinking. I mean, I'll give him that. At least it shows that he's thinking about what's going on. You know what I mean? He's trying to answer those questions that we're asking. So that tells that he's either pushing an agenda or, you know, he really believes what he's saying. But
Yeah.
I'll leave that for you guys to decide that.
Never know.
No. See, David Lee's holding on to his ball so tightly. He's like, no. He's gonna start doing the Darth Vader. No.
just let go of the ball, guy. You got two of them.
Yeah.
Okay, there. I've got the video.
Oh no.
This is Star Talk.
Okay, wait. I just want to see if it's showing for you guys.
This show is
Okay,
trash, dude. It really is.
Oh, I love this.
What is gravity?
You have no idea. Okay, next question.
Wow.
Thank you, Neil, for being honest for once in your life, brother.
Yeah. So was he wrong there too, guys? So Globus, was he wrong there too?
Listen to this for Rich. Paolo Anderson, we trust our eyes, not an authority.
You guys want to listen to something funny?
Wow.
You guys want to listen to something funny?
Yes.
We always want to find something.
3, everyone say, Tim's going to the moon. Tim's going to the moon. Because I'm literally a crew member of the moon. Yeah.
Tim's going to the moon. Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh wow!
It's kind of like those reveals for what is it called, Big Brother or whatever, when they get on the show and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm a Big Brother!" Ah! It's like, come on, dude, it's so sad.
I like this.
Hello, I'm Colonel Mike Fink from the United States Air Force. I work at NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
While he's standing behind in front of the green screen. Well done, mate.
Yeah, way to chop that good background instead of your crappy neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How do we show that we have bottom obstruction? Oh yeah, this is brilliant.
Hey there. We have some new at-home observations to show you.
This to me is a globe killer 101. Skyfree really did a brilliant job here. I mean, you see it all. Okay, notice the horizon is behind everything. And as soon as they let in the cold air.
Most of America this past week, 8 feet above the surface, was about...
And they're going to let... There we go, when they let the cold air in. Let's go back 10 seconds. Again.
Objects
There we go.
no longer arrives to the viewer and can no longer be seen.
Oh, that's because the cold air was curving the floor.
Yep. I wish that.
Now this is...
Or the hot air was bending the air.
But now this is the one thing I wanted to ask though. The globe claims the heat causes us to see further, correct? Because of refraction. So in other words, there's a hot, humid
That's
day.
not always true, though, is it?
No, a hot, humid day, it means we're able to see further, correct?
Yep.
So when you have this coming and it's bringing cold light, and it's causing now the curve, as you put it here, why is it that when we watch something like the 4 lights experiment over a lake, we see all the lights?
Exactly.
Which is over 8 miles away.
It's because it's not curved.
Then the eyesight.
That's really weird.
Then the eyesight. We can see over curves.
Truth.
So
Because we got globular eyes, we can see over the curve.
Yes, those curved eyeballs.
But I mean, that's really weird stuff, though. I think let's actually look for that. I think it was GrowTune that did that. How do you spell it? GrowTune. Lights experiment lake. How do you spell it? I think, yeah, there we go. Because there are even...
oh, you know about Poison Spot?
Sorry?
I said, you know about Poison Spot. Who turned you onto that one? I found that a long time ago, and I was like, what the heck?
Who are you talking about? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
When you were back there picking a video, there was a video right next to the one you clicked on. It said Poison Spot right there above it. See it? You should play that video, and we should look at that because that's a fascinating video. It made me go, what?
Oh, this and Poison... Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to check that one. If you haven't seen it yet, yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't show Action Lab stuff. He doesn't like me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He...
Well, maybe we can talk about it anyway, and we can do a
I
demonstration.
once did a stream or even a video where I showed literally 5 seconds of his video and I got a strike for it. I had to remove it as well.
Well, maybe we'll have to do our own.
The guy doesn't like me. I've even commented to him he didn't like me. Although it's weird, I have a short...
That's too bad because he seems like a cool guy.
No, he doesn't like flat earthers because, let's put it like this, I actually have a short on.
They don't like being asked questions.
And he blocked me as well. After I asked him a question about his, what's that fourth dimensional flask thing? What do they call it? The kernel or whatever.
Right.
Where I did a short on it. And I ended up doing a short after that again, asking why he blocked me. Because I even asked him a few questions, he just he refuses to answer me and instead blocked me.
He's got a little bit of indoctrination anxiety.
Oh, that's the cognitive dissonance, or what you say, on high volume.
Yeah, because
I know, but I just made that one up.
Because he takes a 3-dimensional object and then says, you see, it's 4 dimensions, so that's why it doesn't have a beginning and an end. It's like, dude, you live in 3 dimensions. You can't see 4 dimensions. It doesn't exist. 4th dimension is only mathematical. Look at this, guys. Now notice there are 4 lights here in the distance. Okay? All spaced out at 1 mile apart. The lake is cold, correct?
Yep.
So
being that there's ice on it.
So we looked at Sky Freeze demonstration on the floor, and they let the cold light in, which caused curve. It caused it to look like it's curved. Now, why are you able to see any of these lights at any of those distances if the light refraction is supposed to cause it to go down, not up? Can the globe explain that to us? Maybe refraction over a globe is not what they think it is.
What globe?
It definitely is not what they think it is.
What globe?
Isn't it funny how also if you put one hand up to your, if you look straight out in the air, you put your hand up, holding it over your left eye or whatever, only looking with one eye, you can't see the dimension of 3D. You can't see the depth anymore when you only use one eye.
I want to see if I can find that shorter one quickly. By the way, we've got like 15 minutes left.
So it's a nice with that.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Like it like a
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's short, guys.
That's because his corrupt government keeps shutting power
Now,
off.
at this point, you may be...
How do you fill a shape with no volume? The Klein bottle has volume. Anybody that says otherwise is just idiotic.
So I was able to fill a shape with no volume. Now, at this point, you may be...
Fill a shape with no volume.
Yeah.
The Klein bottle
Wow.
But I want to pause it on there again.
Anybody that says otherwise is just idiotic.
So I was
There
able
we
to
go.
fill a...
He's filled a shape with no volume, guys.
He filled a shape with no volume. Wow. That's
He
amazing.
feels something
With no volume.
The heck?
Yeah.
Because this is a Klein bottle. They claim this is a 4th dimensional shape. It's got no beginning and no end, so therefore it's got no volume it's 4 dimensions. That is clearly 3-dimensional, and it's got volume, which means it's filled.
How has he filled it if it's got no
volume? Is that liquid inside a volume?
How has he got it in it though if it's got no beginning or end?
They claim it's got no beginning or end because it's literally just folding out on the outside and back on the inside of itself. And now that represents 4th dimension, guys.
Oh gosh.
Wow. That's
people so dumb.
It's dumb. And the people still go and defend this idiocy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
God, I'm losing IQ points looking at that.
The only thing I want to do with that thing is smoke a big hit of it.
Looks
like a good bong.
He's been smoking methamphetamine out of it by the look of it, not weed. To be able to fill a shape with no volume.
Wow, gosh.
Okay.
I'll be going volume this. I'm taking a big old puff.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's just try and explain it for these, because they still don't understand. There is no such thing as 4th dimension. It's a mathematical construct that does not exist. You require your 4th dimension for your gravity nonsense. We are 3-dimensional beings. We can demonstrate 3 dimensions and 2 dimensions and 1 dimension. Why? Because we are 3-dimensional beings. There is no such thing as a dimension higher than 3 dimensions. There's no such thing as space and time as a dimension. Guys, it's a man-made concept. You can't bring a man-made concept as in...
oh gosh, Andrew Worth.
It's natural. What's he saying? Yes, that's how stereo depth perception works, which bit off you don't understand. Oh wow.
This Andrew Worth is a genius, isn't he?
Yeah.
They let the cold light in. It's because you said cold light instead of cold air. Oh my gosh. You know what he was trying to say?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, okay, you have to understand Flatzoid's English is a second language to him. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, I
mix up words.
misspoke. People can misspeak. How's that?
Yeah.
Sorry. I concede. I said it wrong. Happy now? Okay, anyway, that's not the argument. The argument now is, why do people think Klein bottles are 4-dimensional where it's clearly 3-dimensional? Oh, I know. Because they want you to think it's 4th-dimensional because of it having no beginning or end, where it clearly does. I know I didn't invent this. Exactly.
I bet Neil deGrasse Tyson got one of those bottles on his shelf too, and it is turned into a bong.
Let's do it this way. Let's look what a Klein bottle is, just because a lot of people don't know what it is. See, the shape with no volume. What the hell?
Ridiculous. Of course, it's got volume.
The bong with no smoke.
See,
it's a container. It's got volume.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're literally just, I was just going to say, they're just making fun of the Taurus in a way. They're just trying to make a stupid version of something real.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I mean, it's so stupid.
What the fuck is that? What's that circle? What the fuck is happening in the middle there? That doesn't happen.
This is called a Klein bottle.
This is what you call spaghettification. No, it's not.
This is what you call gullible. People are gullible.
God, why are people so dumb?
It's container.
Yeah.
It's volume.
Again, it's like you don't even believe that most of the population is even human. You think it must be something they made in a lab sometime a long time ago. You know.
Yeah.
People requested the most for 40 toys is a Klein bottle, and I wanted to do it justice with a proper update and explanation video. So 40 toys is a toy box filled with 4-dimensional toys. By
4-dimensional toys. That's 3-dimensional. Is anybody seeing that as 4-dimensional there?
Yeah.
No,
We got
there's no such thing.
length, breadth, and width, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if he's going to show us 4-dimensional things. Okay.
4-dimensional, I mean 4 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time instead of 3.
That was amazing. Making something disappear and come back. Yeah, that's great.
Whoa!
I'm really-
Magic!
So I'm going to draw a shape with time in a space and call it 4-dimensional. In other words,
Just because you can call it that.
doesn't mean it is.
Gosh. Yeah.
This is how insane it is.
I bet Devil's pissing his son.
Really? Check, see? Klein bottle is a 4D Mobius strip. Let's see if he explains it better.
The Mobius.
Yeah, let's take a look at what a
Let's see if he explains it a bit better.
Klein bottle actually is. But first, let's take a look at what a Mobius strip is. Now here's where it gets...
Yeah, let's take a look what the Mobius strip is. Sorry guys, I have to pause it again every few seconds, unfortunately.
There's no beginning and no end, and it's something perpetual.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So if you take a strip of paper and attach the ends together, you have an inside and an outside surface. You can't get from one side to the other without crossing an edge. With the Mobius strip, if you give it a half turn before you attach the ends together, you now only have one surface. You can draw a line or color this whole thing without crossing an edge.
Still doesn't make it 4th dimensional. It's still 3-dimensional, mate. It's got length, breadth, and width.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I mean, really.
Yeah, it got way too much ass as well.
He doesn't deserve to have a beard like that.
No, you're right.
I would say nobody deserves to have a beard like that.
I think you should confiscate it off him, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's still got the epic beard here, mate.
If you have to twist it, you can do it in either direction, and that's called chirality. This is an example of a right and left-handed Mobius strip.
Okay.
So a Klein bottle, if you split it, is actually 2 Mobius strips that are attached along their singular edge.
Mhm.
If you were to start here, you could draw a line, follow it all through here, up, around, going through the surface of the bottle, and you'd end up back here without
Yeah.
ever crossing an edge. And because it's split, they're mirrored, so you can see the chirality. But yeah, they're just really neat little mathematical toys.
There we go. Mathematical toys. So, still 3-dimensional. Just try to explain it 4th dimensional because it's got no beginning and end.
Yeah.
Which is idiotic because their whole globe is based on this 4th dimensional.
Pseudoscience.
Yeah. Because what's their gravity based in, guys? 4th dimensional, remember?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And does 4th dimension exist?
It does not.
So, in other words, their gravity doesn't exist then. Well done.
Owen says confiscate that beard immediately.
That's what I
That's
said.
right. Yeah,
It does look like it's stuck on.
Alright, guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the show here.
It's that time.
It's that time already. But it was a cool show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
He says, okay, 75 votes, guys. Is globe? Yes, I'm stupid, 17%. Nope, because it's fantasy, 61%. I'm just here because 13%. Who am I? 8%. But yeah. But it's good to have you guys here. Do you guys have any closing statements?
I won't even comment on what I've just seen.
Yeah.
There's no words to it. It's just stupidity.
Well, I want to know where you can buy that glass thing there. I have some experiments I want to do.
The shape but no volume thing, that's just ridiculous.
While he's holding volume in there. While he's holding
I
a
do like-
liquid.
Yeah.
I do like how PJ pronounces death there.
Dirt.
I want to give it volume.
I love that.
Yeah, but I appreciate guys coming in.
No problem.
Was a good
Glad
stream.
you did that.
Yeah, I
I
want to
enjoyed it.
So I want to say thank you guys for coming. Yeah, tomorrow night's gonna be another good stream. Hopefully we can do it a bit longer than just till 11 again. Well, it all depends on the power, unfortunately. But it's good to have you guys. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat that came. Thank you for hitting the likes and sharing the show. If you haven't already, please do so. It really does help. And thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everybody that does support this channel financially. You guys are awesome. So I'll see you all tomorrow night for another epic stream. You guys make it awesome. Many, many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.